protocols. So to do that, I'm your humble servant, the Master of Ceremony, Director General of the Liberian Broadcasting System, Eugene Labib Fazol. Your Excellency, Honorable Jeremiah Koung, Vice President of the Republic of Liberia, the Honorable Jeremiah Matthew Peter, Minister of Information, Cultural Affairs and Tourism, Dr. Augustine Collins, Senior Advisor to the President of Liberia, the Honorable Senator Abraham Darius Dillon, Chairman, Senate Committee on Information, Broadcasting, Culture and Tourism, the Honorable Representative Bernard Blue Benson, Chairman, House Committee on Information, Broadcasting, Culture and Tourism, the Honorable Ambassador Kekua Kamara, Arts and Culture Ambassador, Republic of Liberia, the Honorable Ambassador Christopher Hayes Onanga, Special Presidential Envoy on Tourism, and our friend and brother Ambassador Mohammed Ba, the Honorable Queen Julie Endi, former Cultural Ambassador, President, Crusaders of Peace, the Director General of the Cabinet, the Honorable Minister of Transport, members of the Fourth Estate, citizens in TV and radio land, our distinguished ladies and gentlemen, here comes Special Representative, Honorable Louis Brown. I am your MC, as I said, so because of time, we will be standing for the most part of the President, the Vice President, and the Minister on existing protocols. To begin, to run fast so as to allow His Excellency to carry out his constitutional duty, we'll begin with a word of prayer from Pastor Abel T. Thomas. Please come forward and give us a word of prayer. Thank you.
In Jesus' mighty name, let us come stand on our hands. And so, Heavenly Father, we come to you. Your word says the hand of everybody else, let the foundation and increase. We thank you for the vision. We thank you, Lord, that what you started, you will complete. And your name shall be glorified. You come from now. In Jesus' name. Amen.
If you have a copy of the program sheet, it tells you exactly how many minutes you can be up there for. So if you see me step forward, it is in keeping with time. We'll now invite to the podium for welcome and introductory remarks the Honorable Kadiatu D. Conte Buhari, Deputy Minister of Culture for Culture and Tourism, Mikat.
All right.
Good morning, everyone. It is my great pleasure to welcome our dynamic Vice President, Jeremiah Koung, esteemed guests, honored colleagues, and friends, all protocol observed. So this momentous occasion, the unveiling of the Arts and Culture Gallery at the Ministry of Information, Cultural Affairs and Tourism, today we celebrate not just the rich tapestry of our Liberian heritage, but also the unwavering commitment of our Minister, Jeremiah Koung, whose visionary leadership has brought us to this significant moment. Historically, Liberia has much to be proud of, yet for far too long, our cultural heritage has been overshadowed. Since our independence in 1847 and the establishment of the Bureau of Folk Trade in 1952, we have recognized the importance of celebrating the diverse cultural experiences that define this great nation. With the sustainability of democracy and peace And under the leadership of President Jeremiah Koung Sr., culture and tourism have finally taken their rightful place in our government's agenda. The renewed focus of this ministry under the current administration has led to significant steps toward revitalizing these vital sectors. Today, we reaffirm our commitment to ensuring that our younger generation learns to enjoy and appreciate Liberia's rich cultural heritage. A heritage that unites us through shared values. I would particularly like to express my appreciation to former cultural ambassador Queen Judy Andy. Her voluntary and selfless efforts have made this gallery a reality. Her passion for our culture and her dedication to promoting our traditions have resulted in a captivating collection of over 100 artifacts displayed here today. These pieces, These pieces representing our traditional fabrics, intricate masks, and unique artistic expression serve as a powerful reminder of who we are as a people. This gallery is more than just a collection of artifacts. It is a testimony to our journey toward reclaiming our identity and pride. It invites all of us to engage with and promote the rich narrative that these pieces embody. As we unveil this gallery, we embark on a new chapter, which cultural promotion and tourism will receive the attention they deserve on the national agenda, together with the support of organizations like UNESCO and the UN system. Other international partners, we aim to elevate Liberia culture to a new height, a culture that is appreciated not just by us, but by the entire world. Thank you for being here today to witness this important milestone in our cultural renaissance. Let us move forward together, embracing our heritage, celebrating our diversity, and fostering a strong cultural identity for generations to come. Welcome once again, and thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Deputy Minister. We will now proceed for 3 minutes. If culture is the medium through which we perceive our environment, then there can be no culture without an exhibition. When I call on the National Culture Troupe to help us with the cultural performance for our activities. Wonderful performance. So as a bunch of people can do it, we can do it too. Well, now call Ambassador Kekura Kamara, Arts and Culture Ambassador to the Republic of Liberia.
Ambassador Kekura Kamara, Arts and Culture Ambassador. Wala. Remember.
Good morning, all political observers. My name is Kekura Kamara, Arts and Culture Ambassador of the Republic of Nigeria. I want to thank the Ministry of Information, Cultural Affairs and Tourism for the invitation extended us to come and witness this auspicious occasion. You know, Liberia's culture is rich, very, very rich. It has not been exploited, it has not been promoted. This government of President Koung is here to do that. We want to seize this opportunity to inform all of you that on Saturday in Besau village, we launched the Western Region Cultural Festival. And that will be held every first Saturday in February each year. That will include Bakolu, Mommy, and Kivu. And we are ready to take this government to the people. Through arts and culture, there is a need for us to devise strategy to use our drama, our songs, our dances, to reach our people and explain to them properly the unrest agenda of this government. And that's why on Monday, February 11th, the GSMO community were inviting all of you, including the high chief, to join us to take the government to the people. We have to do that because this is a mandate that the President has given me as priority. Thank you so much for the invitation. Thank you for the honor. And we are ready to take the government to the people. The unrest agenda must be explained to our people. Culture is not only dancing, singing, but you can use the traditional methods to reach our people. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Thank you, Honorable Ambassador. We'll now invite to the podium Ambassador Queen Julienne, former Cultural Ambassador, President Jeremiah
The voice of the Queen.
The Honorable Vice President of Liberia, Jeremiah Koung, the Minister of Information, Cultural Affairs and Tourism, all other protocol culturally and respectfully observed. Kindly join me respectfully to observe a moment of silence for the fallen Reverend Mother Veronica Smith from Faith in Jesus Ministries, who started this journey with us at the Ministry of Information Culture. May your soul and the souls of all faith departed rest in perfect peace. It's always a pleasure to be here at the Ministry of Information Culture and Tourism. I remember as a young girl, I walked the steps, I worked with past and present ministers of information, cultural affairs, and tourism, and proud to see the Honorable Louis Brown sitting with me today. And I look on my left, I see the director of cabinet that I worked with for years sitting on my right. And I look at Chris sitting on my other left. I say, like, Junior is getting better. I'm happy to welcome myself here to the Ministry of Information again, with the Minister Jeremiah Koung here, who for his first took over our city. And the passion that the Minister talked about in terms of culture and tourism, I promised in a meeting, and that meeting was held in Charles Bay Hall. And present in that meeting was the Arts and Cultural Ambassador, P Jeremiah Koung. And I promised the Minister that we will want to work to change the face of this ministry, starting with the Charles Bay Hall. And the Minister graciously accepted it. As we went through the journey, we decided that we will start, and the minister said he has to renovate. So it took time. Because the only thing we have in this word is your word, and your word should be divine. And so, in life, you have sunrise and sunset. Between the sunrise and the sunset is a little dot. And that dot means what you have done, your footprint. So you must leave a footprint in anything you do. So as a legacy project, as the traditional queen of the Republic of Liberia, I'm leaving within this ministry as the craft tourism. I could not sit here and don't do what I do best. And I believe that creativity and imagination equals innovation. And when you are innovative, you sit down and you dream. And I remember Madam Ellen Johnson Solid said, your dream is not bigger than you can dream. So today we are here to unveil a dream. I've come to say to all of you that work with me, I cannot call you by name, but the ministry staff, the musicians, the artists, the contractors, the sculptors, everyone they're working with, the drivers, the security, I want to thank you. But I want to remember on this day that today is International FGM, World FGM. And cognizant of the fact as an activist, the UN Resolution 1925 promotes four peace. Women should be protected, prevented, promoted, they should participate at all levels. And today is FGM Day. And I want to say to my Vice President, you have come. Talk is cheap. You will see. When you see, you will know. And you will hear. And when you hear, my own brother, Darrell Dillon, you will see. You will hear. You will feel. You will touch. I've come to say to you in a humble spirit, many thanks to His Excellency, Joseph Imabwaka Sr., my father, who have given me the opportunity to serve as Commissioner General in the World Expo in Japan. I'm also on the International World Expo Committee for Exhibition, And I will be taking Liberia to Japan. And I want you to come and see a small Japan within the Ministry of Information, Culture, Affairs, and Tourism. We have a gift that we want to give to you, Your Excellency, to take to the President. And that gift is a lion, and the lion means fearless. Then we have a country club, and that country club represents our feed, the green, and all of that. Then the arts and craft, the creativity within the country club. We are also giving you a gift, Honorable Vice President, that you will put on your desk and you will never forget the artists of Liberia. And when they are passing the budget, may you please give us something. Will you please give us something so we can continue this great innovation, creativity, and vision? Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, thank you and God bless you.
Thank you, Honorable. Thank you. We'll now call on Ambassador Crystal for his Onanuga Special Presidential Envoy on Tourism.
Ambassador Chris Onanuga, Special Presidential Envoy on Tourism.
The Honorable ever-potent Vice President of the Republic of Liberia, the Honorable Jeremiah Koung, and all other protocols duly, respectively observed. When I saw the cultural troop dancing, I wanted to dance. But I didn't see the Minister of Information, Culture and Tourism dancing. So I sat down. It will amuse you and surprise you that I used to be a member of the National Cultural Troop of Liberia. So, if the music is played, I will give the steps as they should be. Because tradition requires that when you mix, you share happiness, you share joy. Today is unique because there are two ministers of this ministry in our midst. An emeritus, a former acting, and today a minister. It means the legacy moves step by step. It may be slow, but progress is always sure when there's determination of heart and the will to succeed. This is what has taken place today. I am overjoyed because tourism is the enabler of growth in every sector of an economy, in every nation you can think about. And when you pursue it, it shines the light. 90% of tourists coming to Africa this time around, for the next 100, 200 years, will be coming only because of heritage purposes. And that's ancestry agenda. Where am I from? What's my tribe? Where do I belong? I don't think I'm outside there, I'm fulfilled. That is why we hear the people of Nimba shout, Capeman shout, Sino shout, Maryland shout. I feel the joy. Because when the joy spreads, the people are happy, forget it. Even a cricket is enough for lunch. So, Mr. Minister, you have actually expressed in full the vision of the President of Liberia, that tourism should not stay. To the Queen, there is nothing you said you are not done. The only place we are lagging is how we celebrate our heritage. And it can only be done through tourism, which embodies culture and tradition, which fulfills art and culture. Before I rest, I'd like to let you know. The folk estate, you have two roles. One, to monitor us, talk about it, let everybody know what's going on. But a key charitable role is to sell the goodness and joy and happiness that comes through our heritage. Look at the newspapers, the online TVs, the websites, the TVs. Nothing is dedicated to that. It's dedicated to politics and politics alone. Our Liberia must change. And it must change with a focus to our celebration of growth and unity. And that's the only pillar to which we can progress. A child knows everything on the phone, but does not know the counties in his phone and the traditional languages he speaks. Honorable President,
is not yesterday in our midst. But guess what? We are the full representation of him and his vision to educate and present. The Vice President of Liberia, who is the technician, has never avowed himself of attending any major or unmajor event. It tells you how accessible the government is to the nation. And that's what tourism does. It makes the smiles easy, it makes the people happy, and it celebrates the very foundation of the people, which is culture and tradition. Honorable Vice President, thank you. Minister of Information, Culture and Tourism, thank you. But before I leave, I say this. So my brother, Bernard Blue Benson, the Honorable, we are from the same locality, brother. So when I jump into something, he jumps into it. When he jumps, I jump. When I started this tourism from yesterday, we were looking at Joe. When we jumped into it and made many of it. I thank you for what we did at the level of the center. Center alone. It could not go if you did not take it seriously in the center. And now that it's an act, we can only wrap our fingers and see how best we do it. Honorable Vice President, Mr. Minister, thank you.
Thank you, Ambassador Onanumba. We'll now call on the erudite Representative Bernard Rubens, Chairman of the House Committee on Information, Broadcasting, Culture, and Tourism.
Bernard Rubens, Chairman of the House Committee, Information, Broadcasting, Culture, and Tourism.
Vice President of Liberia, Jeremiah Koung, Senate Abraham Darius Bill, Senate Chairman my distinguished colleague from 55th of Monrovia, Minister Jeremiah Information, Culture, and Tourism, distinguished members of the high table, members of the Fifth Estate, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Allow me to use this opportunity and esteem for this effort. Personally, I've always trusted your innovative capacity and your passion to make a difference. This was briefing, and you're taking over ceremony. I said, lead with distinction. But truly, no one is talking about culture. Everyone's interest is in tourism. But tourism cannot strive without an organized and functioning culture. As your chair on information culture and tourism, expect me to push vigorously, support the recreation of Cape Nature. If we are serious about tourism, the re-establishment of Cape Nature must be prioritized. Cape Nature serves as our cultural identity and give us cultural relevance. Mr. Vice President, Honorable Senator Harris, all members of this high table, we must all put our hands together to re-establish Cape Nature. If we are to be serious to push Liberia to the world, the engine that serves as our cultural identity and relevance. You know, I was gossiping a bit up there with the senator, and I said something to him. I said the Liberian culture too, we're not seeing too many young people as part of the dancers. Why? Because our young people have no information, have no identity, have no relevance, cultural identity that we must promote. So once again, let me say thank you to everyone. Thank you to everyone. And before I take my seat, in this fight, in the tourism fight, there was many active, silent, and out there. Let us put hands together in making sure that the re-establishment of kidney God becomes a reality. That is my plea. And once again, I say thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. We will now invite to the podium our illustrious, dynamic, energetic, prolific, one who shines the light for the Liberian people, the Honorable Senator Abraham Darrell Dillon, who is also the Chairman of the Center for Information, Broadcasting, Culture, and Tourism.
Thank you so kindly. The Honorable Jeremiah Koung, the Vice President of the Republic of Liberia, Councilor Oswald Ford, the Minister of Justice and the Attorney General of the Republic of Liberia, my colleague from the House, Representative President Branson, Alliance, DJ Blue, the Minister of Information, Honorable Jeremiah and all platform guests, the media, ladies and gentlemen. You know, my colleague, President Branson, I said a lot for what we intend to do, and so I'm not going to bore you with repetition. Just that you know what we're talking about culture, I can enjoy people do just for represent our culture. Honorable Vice President, distinguished guests, Liberia sent in recent times concur with the House of Representatives to pass into law the Tourism Act to give autonomy to the tourism industry and sector of our country. We did that on purpose because it is a legacy agenda of the Joseph Boakai administration. We go to other countries, we see the tourism sector booming. They are booming up automatic. They are booming because we took deliberate steps, concrete steps toward achieving. And so, in order to enhance that agenda, sitting as chair, you know, I'm privileged to chair 2 committees in the Senate, Foreign Affairs and Information. Sitting as chair of the Information Committee, we ensure that the good vision of President Joseph Boakai, buttressed by our colleague Bernard Benson from the House, leading this charge to show that that law was passed in the House, sent to us for our action. We are proud as the Senate to announce that we have concurred, and as we speak, the enrolled bill is on its way to the Executive Marshal for approval and publishing into head bills. Creation of the Tourism Commission is not sufficient. We have to fund it. And it is that commitment, echoing the earlier prayer from a colleague, that we are the legislature particularly the Senate. We will do everything to ensure that there's budgetary support. We look forward to the executive. We look forward to the executive considering recasting the national budget, considering the latest action of the United States government when it comes to youth issues. We will be looking at the national budget so that we can make some adjustments. And in doing that, the Tourism Commission will be highly considered. And before I close, I'd like to call on all government agencies, and employees of government, having government news, government press release, government breaking news, break them through PLBC. Let PLBC be the breaker of authentic government news. Let the public say, I have not heard it on PLBC, so I don't believe it. Let PLBC drive the narrative of the government. That means the government will be driving this narrative. If you leave your narrative in the hands of others, they will narrate it for you and you will be defending. But when you drive your own narrative, credibility, facts, truth, honesty, we often trust that is fast rewarding. So I want to thank you, Mr. Minister. I want to thank you for this event, identification, and we will promote and support this art gallery, which serves as a symbol for tourism as well, where people can come and see some of our art and culture, our Africa. I want to say thank you and God bless you.
Thank you, Honorable Senator. As you know, I hold the Master Shield in my hand. This program is being broadcast live in 54 African countries via Malta TV, on SATCOM, all around where SATCOM can be reached, on LNTV, on YouTube, on Facebook, and you name it. We're also being heard in the 15 counties of political subdivisions of this country, with 7 substations operating as we speak on national radio. By FM 97.7, 89.9, and 99.9. Having said that, I would like to call on Dr. Augustine Koung, Senior Advisor to the President of Liberia, for his remarks. Following that, since I'm holding the Master Sheet, we'll call on the erudite legal luminary, our Attorney General, Justice Minister, who I turn over to the political officer.
Dr. Augustine Koung, Advisor to the President.
Good morning. Let me join all of this very important gathering here to thank the Minister of Information, Culture and Tourism. And just like it was very difficult when I saw that I have to make a remark after Senator Dillon, because he always said we have to conclude and conclude, a conclusion. And before this program began, he made it very clear to me that we have already concluded. And so with that conclusion, it became very important with regards to the new steps that we're going to take as a regard of our culture and tourism. But Mr. Vice President, I'm delighted that you're here, and all of the other a text from the Minister of Information about 6 o'clock yesterday, telling me that he's inviting me to this occasion. And I asked him what this occasion about. But he was not wanting to get the cat out of the box, so he kept everything until this morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, he decided to respond to my question. And he said there's going to be an unveiling occasion, an unveiling ceremony. And so I asked him, what is going to be unveiled? He said, oh, senior advisor, there's going to be the unveiling of the art and culture gallery. And what does that mean? And he said, this is important for our culture. So I therefore see this occasion, this ceremony, and this art and culture as a manifestation of our Liberian culture. And I said to him, before, when you come to the ministry, you're not able to see anything that tells you that it's the Ministry of Culture and Art and Tourism. But now, with this unveiling, it will obviously make people to understand that this is the Ministry of Art and Culture and Tourism. But this is what I want to advise. That's what I do. I always advise. And I said to the Minister of Information, Mr. Minister, this Arts and Culture Gallery, they're good. It's a very important beginning. But it is my belief that we have to go beyond just having the Arts and Gallery here at the ministry towards the larger society. How do we do that? We go through our institution, our education, our population. I was delighted to hear what the cultural ambassador was saying, that from now on they're going to take the government to the people. But not only that, we're going to take the government to the people, we're going to take the culture and art of Liberia to the people. So this manifestation of our Liberian culture, our inheritance, our heritage, it becomes very important. And the senator said something very important, Senator DeLong. If you do not write your own culture, your own history, guess what will happen? Someone will write it for you. And if they write it for you, you will not like it. So, Mr. Minister, this is very important, and we adore you. And I want you to know, as I sit down to advise the President, I will make sure that we continue to know what we're going, because our culture and tourism, especially in the wake of what is happening in the United States, this will be something for us to talk back to. Thank you for the invitation. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Koung, and we'll now move to the Honorable Justice Minister and Attorney General.
Good morning. Mr. Vice President, Mr. Minister of Information, Honorable officials here, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, all the protocol observers. Mr. Minister, I want to thank you for the invitation. It is our stone that we should be all glad and shouting about. Our cultural heritage is very important. We talk about tourism. When people come to our country, especially people from what we call the first world country, we come to see our buildings. We got better buildings. When it comes to see things that they don't have, the culture, the natural resources, the waterfalls, but many people won't see what they don't have. All the things that the Western country have, and now when it comes to have it better than what we have. So the culture is inherent part of tourism, the tourism industry. All these things will show the visitor. It will not be, the country will not be appealing to them. Because the same thing they see every day. We want to see different things. So we can always honor our culture and religion. And they initiated in putting our action card together in your building. It's a big step forward. We have to go forward, each region of Liberia, we have to know the cultural heritage, and so it can be part and parcel of the tourist attraction in those areas. I want to say thank you. Thanks for inviting us. And we applaud you for your action. We pray that others do really that and carry out the vision of our government. Give you our full support in the right community. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Minister of Justice. We'll now call on our host, who is not only the Minister of Information, Culture, Affairs, and Tourism, he's also Chairman of the Board of Directors of the Liberian Broadcasting System, Housing, Tourism, Housing, Culture, Housing, Broadcasting, in charge of everything that has to do with this auspicious occasion. We'll call on the Honorable Minister, Jeremiah Matthew P. a revered communicator, to come to the podium.
Thank you, Mr. Director General. President Jeremiah Koung, Vice President of the Union. Chair of who knows about the institutions. I have a good number of them. Just always got these things that you see. Army coming to the top guy. Same being, this market is absolutely constant 12. All the other groups, you have to see. We also have the president of the Female Journalists Association of India. Let me welcome all of you. It shows Today signifies reopening of the conducting cultural promotion chapter of the Ministry of Information, Cultural Affairs and Tourism. Unveiling of the rich Liberian arts and culture gallery is one of the first steps toward the promotion of our culture. Cultural promotion was given serious attention at MICA from 1951 to 1990. Having full body dress support of national well stocked national vibrant toughness arts and cultural arts. The war in Iran seriously affected this important responsibility. Since the ascendancy of the 19 to continue to maintain direct focus not only on the government international civil but also take the government and cultural heritage. For the years before today, the one interest there was recently much to communicate. MICA is also a section of culture. For this reason, with an excellent concept and breathtaking creativity of culture and classes from the We embarked upon and now see this impressive display of our Liberian cultural art. Vice President, the more than 200 pieces of artifacts that will be displayed here include various categories of Liberian traditional fabrics and garments. Pieces of mask representing all 16 tribes, artistic drawings indicating Liberia's huge ecotourism potential, wood carving of local animals including hippo, traditional musical instruments and costumes, artifacts of Liberian language, friendship, marriage, unity, regional being among others. Work with Julie Ambi was stated, no one could easily determine that culture is an integral part of it, except by reading it on the ministry's illustration. The gallery gave one the feeling about how diverse and rich Liberian cultural heritage is. MICA is not only stopping here. It will ensure the reactivation of the National Cultural Center, reorient the national cultural people with the help of our leadership, new talents across the country to replace those who have advanced in age. Already, MICA has pitched to UNESCO in Paris through the interministerial collaboration with the Ministry of Education, the revamping, restocking, and repositioning of the National Museum, where students and the public will visit to learn more about the country's cultural heritage. These are the tasks we are embarking upon, and with the full and adequate support of the government, the lost glory of this entity and sector will be restored. As you can see, the process is completely remaking MICA in its own course. We have a new roof on our building that will last for decades. We have refurbished offices, reconditioned walls and ceilings, and improved electrical system. Phase 2 now will see the replacement of all windows, doors, ceilings, recondition the building and the restroom, offices, floor, fans, landscaping, among others. Together, we can think, love, and build our cultural diversity and richness to foster national unity and economic prosperity. Shortly, when our illustrious and potent Vice President unveils the gallery, your eyes will see greatness and they give value to cultural heritage of Nigeria. Let's see it together. Thank you for the attention.
Information Minister Jeremiah
I'd like to remind you that there will be a vote of thanks after His Excellency's speech. However, keep your hands to yourself. The unveiling will be done for you to see, not for you to grab or touch. Thank you.
Thank you. Senator Ibrahim Daros Dillon, Chairman of the Senate Committee on Information, Broadcasting, Culture and Tourism, Representative Bernard Benson, Chairperson, the House Committee on Information, Broadcasting, Culture and Tourism, Dr. Koung, Senior Advisor to His Excellency Joseph Umang Barkat, Minister of Justice, Honorable Jeremiah Koung, esteemed fellow Liberians, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. On this occasion, marking the official unveiling, the Honorable Jeremiah Koung, Vice President of the Republic of Liberia, make a short remarks.
Normally when the protocol day, you already been calling and recognize everything. Then you don't want to go over it. since we are at the home of the Minister of Information, I recognize Minister Jeremiah Koung here, officials of government here, the media, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Minister, I'm happy to be here this morning. You know, last night when my press secretary sent me the information that Chief, are you aware that you'll be at the press briefing tomorrow at Ministerial Information? I said, I can be at press briefing. I didn't get authorization from the president. And so, Minister, at your press briefing, I will not be here. You know the way our Constitution was written, the people who wrote it were people who envisioned the future. And that's why they didn't say deputy president, they said vice president. And they went further to define the role of the vice president. They said the vice president will assist the president and preside over the Senate without being involved in the Senate debate, and will only take a vote when there is a tie. It tells you that no two presidents, there's one president, and the power of the executive is in that one person. Unless you get approval from that person, you are not authorized to speak publicly. I can speak to the president behind the scene. I will share my ideas. The president knows better. Whether he takes what I say or not, my own end in our group. Mr. Minister, I want to thank you again. And culture in this country cannot be overlooked. We need to preserve our culture. I say so because some part of the early 2006, 2007, I used to be a business guy around Europe finding old cars, and used cars to bring to Africa to sell Liberia. And I went to Paris, and I saw the big iron steering. So I went to, I thought that one old iron steering, nothing happening. So I asked the guy, I said, but where was this iron that people come here every year? The guy said, during the war, way back, when there was no telescope, when the French people were fighting for their land, they built that stuff so they can go way up there and start to see where the enemies are. I don't want to go see now, just look and pay money and go to Paris to go see that old iron. We have too many of those things. I'd like to say thank you for taking the initiative. To the legislature, I want to say thank you for passing the Tourism Act. This will make tourism a focus point, and as a government, we can invest in and pay some attention to it. Culture and tourism started in this country under President Koung. And you know, coming out of a kid, or beginning in high school, they say, oh, President Koung spent work for 7 years. I did not get a man one birthday. But I think those was reading from some of the things that happened, some of the things we did, and some of the things we see today. I mean, it's available, but in my mind, it did well. The executive marshal today, he built it. The legislature, he built it. The court, this building, and most of the buildings, the sitting on it, most of the buildings we got around here today, he built it. Since he built it and died, we haven't beaten it at the new generation. And so, the birthday being celebrated, I think it's something that every Liberian must cherish. And if they could do that in the 60s, in the 50s, when there was no computer, when people used to write letters and it take 3 months to reach, And today, as I'm speaking, the war is rushing me. Then we have to do it differently and put more time to do better than those who work in the 60s and 50s. The legislature, we have to invest in this business. That the representative and the senator both chairperson said, the Canada result, we have to put some, we have to be deliberate and put some money in it. This coming budget, we need to work together. I told it, when I said to the minister, I told him he needs to do some draft and maybe a design, talk to some Liberian architect. And let's see the cost. We may not be able to pay all the money this year to get it, so we'll start the process. There are other partners in our country working, whether international group, whether companies in the country, retired, other people. We could speak to them and they could chip in, and pretty soon, before you know, we will get it done. And so we need to be deliberate about it. Most times I sit in my office when people come and say, oh, they want to invest in the Hotel Africa. I mean, I've seen more than 10 different groups that want to invest in Hotel Africa. If you went to Hotel Africa today, as bad as the place look, you realize that less existed there. You can feel it. If it's possible, as a doctor, we need to redeem that place. Just find some money and get some Liberian contractors. Let's start somewhere. When we start, the investors will be serious. They will come and say, oh, my man, you start. In fact, we're even branching and maybe building a wall to block the sea. People will get interested and move. Then people who just come in most times to just take pictures and see them coming to invest. Let's meet them halfway. I was saying to the minister, I saw them building across here. You check that building, maybe it's spent about 100 years here. These are things people want to see when they come to your country. We just start talking to some of these people. I went to local, the president invited the full county in 1964. And I saw that site that was built by President Koung at the time. The Unity Square, you see the big statue, and all of those things that were there. We need to preserve that. Those are our culture. I was privileged to have gone to Maryland County. And I went in President Koung's house, and I saw a well in the house. They told me that well leads to the ocean. But I threw all that. I don't know if that is But I mean, people can come from far and go to this beautiful sea. If you went to Harper, Maryland, your first time, as old as the city road, you will see that life existed there. You feel it. How can life exist in the 50s and the 60s and in 2025? Struggling with midship building and all that. We have to be deliberate and prioritize our priorities. We cannot do all together because our budget is low. So we got to keep some of the institutions on oxygen while we allow the other ones to survive. If we keep wanting to do all, we'll do nothing. And that's how we've been working in this country. I was telling the senator in a bill now Liberian Urukwa, we need to cherish it. President Koung also about trying to teach Pele also in the university. It means difficult. Our children can catch it easily. Our children know the Urukwa. If you sit near anybody and say, and I know what you're talking about, they ask you, are you speaking English? You go to Ghana to speak Tree. You go to Salon to speak Creole. We need to be proud of our Urukwa speaking. Because when we can talk to one another, if you need to only us Liberians. If we preserve it and if possible, teach it in school. Like President never said, I'm going to come back. Nobody understands that in the world. Only us. And so minister, those are things we need to preserve. And the Minister of Information, like the power of the government, you need to start talking. Thank God the media analysts are here. You go to radio station and speak of Kurupa, if you're not going to speak. Yeah, I'm not English, man. They don't speak English, just speak you.
Thank you.
Just speak man, just speak father, just speak people, just speak bad. If I can tell you who's funny me, I'm better. Yes. So we need to improve on our Kurupa. Make our children to learn the Kurupa better. I got my daughter in the States, when she comes down, she wants to be American, she may have to have understanding you. God has never been able to hear you. And so it is unique to us. And the media, they're not here. She's not getting media talk Kurupa. I mean, the serious news people. I'm talking about a special program for Kurupa, Liberian English. No, all of you have to be speaking. We're giving you so that you talk Kurupa and you come out in English. All the green guys put 3 in it. So when you listen to the radio in Ghana, you're driving, you don't understand everything they say. So they have to be in the small, they flip in there, they come back out. So I'm thinking you leave, then the party in the car will have the crowd. Wow, you see. Huh? People will start chattering, chasing, because one day the radio is going to go down to Capri. Now we make money. So that way, somebody says, oh, I don't understand your people. I'll pay you while I'm here to take me across the market, take me across places because media intelligence that we're talking to. We have to put money in media. Everything we do as a government. If the media cannot listen to the people will not know. Ignorance is dangerous. When our people know, regardless of who is speaking to them in what way, they know because they understand it. We have to be deliberate. The Minister of Finance will come with their priorities, and their priorities will never end. But as a people who represent the people, who must give the information to the people as to what you are doing in Monrovia and how much you are impacting them. You have to be deliberate. Put it there. Media intelligence. If the minister don't use it well, call him. And he say he can't get a report officer, the committee must hear him. And he not treating it well, we recommend to the president with this message. I'm not telling you to